TV News, and he's going to tell you about some of the work he's been doing and why he's been doing it. Marcellus.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Marcellus Baz. I'm just here to talk to you a little bit about KK School of Boxing and the work we do, and a little bit about my background. I was born in the Meadows area of Nottingham. I came from a family of 10, and my father used to do 14-hour shifts in a steel factory, so I didn't see much of my father, so I spent a lot of my time on the streets. My role models who I looked up to were people in gangs, people who were driving flashy cars and designer clothes, and I at that time wanted to be like them because that's all I saw. And while I was associating with these people, I ended up being in gangs and doing the things what they used to do, which in turn got me in trouble with the law, and I got myself a criminal record. And whilst you're in gangs, you're making enemies with other rival areas and stuff, and I just wanted to go back to when ACC Sue Fish says that she was from Leicester, and we heard a few boos from the crowd. Yeah. But yet you guys don't know people in Leicester. They may well be sitting here doing the same thing as you and trying to tackle the same issues as you, but you don't know why there's some sort of rivalry there. But that's the kind of thing what happened to me. I grew up thinking that I've got rivalries with certain areas, yet we're both probably in the same shoes. But like I was saying, I did get a criminal record, and that really prevented me from getting into employment. But what I did find was boxing, and boxing really helped me channel my energies in a positive way, and it helped me channel my aggression in the right ways. It gave me positive role models to look up to, other athletes, other people what were doing good things, what were mentoring me and guiding me and showing me, you know what, this is the right way. It also helped me switch off from potential explosive situations that I may have erupted to before that. As I was boxing, I really started to get the sense of like I was achieving something, like I was belonging to something, and I started to get better and better at boxing, and I came to a point where I wanted to go professional. Unfortunately, my dream of becoming a professional boxer was finished, because one evening I was coming back from Nottingham City Centre, and these three individuals tried to mug me, and in the process I got stabbed quite a few times in my hands trying to protect myself. But I didn't want to leave it there. The doctor says that's it, your career's finished, but I didn't want to leave it there. I didn't want to give up. I've always been a fighter and I wanted to carry on. So I looked into going into education. I went to South Notts College in West Bridgford. I started studying sports therapy, injury rehabilitation and personal training, trying to get myself back to a point where I could continue with my professional dreams, really. But unfortunately, I couldn't carry on with my dreams. My injuries were quite extensive, and I had to give up on that. But the positives, what came out of that, was the fact that whilst I was in education, my criminal record got spent, so I could actively start seeking employment. I was lucky enough to get a job at KK Sports Centre, delivering boxercise classes and other fitness classes. By doing this, I started to get a diverse range of people coming into the classes, all from different backgrounds, all from different areas of Nottingham as well. And me and my colleague, we both had a lot of passion for boxing, and because of my background in it, how it helped me, I felt that it could help others in the same way. And that's basically how KK School of Boxing came about. And I just wanted to go back to the togetherness. It couldn't have happened without the community spirit. That I felt that was the heartbeat of getting us to where we are today. The kind of young people what were coming to the club were young people from who had previously spent a lot of their time on the streets, what were saying from their feedback that they had lack of activities to engage them, they didn't feel a sense of belonging, and therefore were on the streets with getting into antisocial behaviour and in gangs. And what I seen in this was that these young people were very similar to me. I could relate to these young people in a different way where others couldn't relate to them. I had credibility with these young people, and I felt that I had a duty to try and help these young people where I wasn't been able to be in help, but now I felt that I had something. And a good friend of mine says to me once that you know, in life you might be driving a car and you take a wrong turn, but you can take a U-turn again and go back onto the right path. But I felt with these young people, when they took a wrong turn, it was so difficult for them to get back on the right path, and that's something what we really wanted to look at and address. And some of the things what we were finding with these young people was a similar circle to what Mr. Clark was talking about earlier. They were getting into petty crime, getting a criminal record, therefore they were trying to get employment, but the employment, when they were applying for it, as soon as they were going through CRB checks, it was rejected, so therefore they would kind of go back into crime. So what we identified was this vicious circle, what Mr. Clark was suggesting to earlier, was what he touched upon. So these youths were kind of trapped in this circle, they couldn't find a way out of this circle, and what we wanted to do was open doors. So this is where KK School of Boxing came in. We wanted to open doors for these young people, give them opportunities what they may not know existed in the past, and we wanted to try and get them engaged in some sort of activities what felt that they were part of something. But I wanted to come to this: anger and aggression are natural emotions, everybody has them, but controlling them is key. And I feel with these young people, boxing has really helped them. It's helped me, and it's helping these young people. I mean, boxing gives you life skills. I mean, it gives people respect, discipline, social skills, team building, self-worth, a feel-good factor, confidence, and it gives you other skills as well, such as timekeeping, which you could take with you into when you get into jobs, employment, etc. And also it tackles obesity, because obesity is getting quite big in our young people as well, so we're looking at health and nutrition, and we educate these young people on that. But what we use boxing for is a hook. We pull these kids in because we've got a neutral kind of ground where I can relate to them, they can relate to me. We've got these young people engaged, and we get this bond with them, this trust with them, where they can trust us and relate to us, and then we will take it further so we can help these young people with CV writing, application forms, interview techniques. We'll mentor them, we'll guide them in any kind of aspect in life. But what I wanted to really touch on was workshops. We do workshops with these young people, like for instance, how substance misuse could be detrimental to their lives as well as their families and friends. How gang culture can be detrimental to them, to their families, to their friends, because it doesn't just affect these young people, it affects a lot of people around them as well. And one of the other things I wanted to talk about was positive relationships. A lot of these young people, I was talking to a few girls not long ago, and they thought that being talked to disrespectfully, and their boyfriends having 3 other girlfriends was normal. I was shocked. I was thinking, what's going on there? So we're talking to these young people and letting them know what real caring, stable relationships really are. Anyway, this is a case study what I wanted to show you guys, because what we're doing is we're really grassroots, getting these people back into employment. Is with this guy, Liam Starbuck, he was in trouble for GBH, he was involved with antisocial behaviour and gang violence. Now he's in full-time employment. This is Dwayne Peck, he's from St. Anne's, he was involved in antisocial behaviour. Now currently trains at our boxing gym, is using our resources room and is actively seeking employment. Now, what I wanted to do, I mean, this is a vital thing, but I think one of the pages on this slide isn't missing, and that was our future ambitions, what we intend to do. And what I intend to do, and what our club intends to do, is work with other voluntary and community organisations, working together and sharing our referrals and sharing our resources to give young people the best opportunities available in Nottingham. And coming back to this page, it reminds me of a quote of what my father used to say. He used to say, if you've got a brush and you're trying to brush the floor with one strand, it's very difficult. Now, if you've got loads of strands working together, it's easy. And I feel that if the community and voluntary sector works along with the Nottinghamshire Police, County and City Council, together we can make Nottingham a safer place. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Marcellus. I think that story about the brush will be my last thing many of this meeting. Right, we're a little bit behind time, but we know we can catch up a touch later. So now my pleasure to introduce David Griffin.